My friends and I were hanging out at the park after dark, smoking some Mary J. Everything was going just fine and dandy until the topic of folk tales and such came up. We were talking about Bigfoot, Mothman, etc. I decided to bring up a couple of creatures from indigenous mythology. I don't even want to type the name at this point, because I learned that night saying their name can summon them. My friends and I refer to it now as a Winnebago to avoid any consequences. Talking about the creature at a park after sundown was a stupid-ass decision. I can't say for sure that it was what I thought it was, but it was terrifying either way. After we brought it up, the coyotes in the woods surrounding the park started going nuts. I mean, you could hear them running around, howling, just going crazy. It made me uneasy, for sure, but I wasn't really worried just yet. We changed the subject and kept trying to chill, despite the noise. However, the coyotes were soon drowned out by some kind of wail. We had no idea what it was, but it just wasn't human. We knew that much. It was the kind of noise that chilled you to the bone, and you just knew something was horribly wrong. It was about then that we realized we fucked up. We're not complete and total idiots. We know what to do if you ever encounter something like this. It doesn't mean I wasn't terrified. We knew we had to get out of there, but we couldn't just run for it. That would be a mistake. Basically, the advice we'd been given was, if you heard something, no, you didn't, and you don't act like you did. Don't run, walk. Don't talk about it. Just act calm and change the subject. So that's what we did our best to do as we tried to calmly walk to my car. By the way, we'd stopped smoking long before this point, so I was okay to drive. The wailing, it only got louder, though. It's really hard to try to keep the conversation about TikTok or whatever the fuck we talked about on the walk over there. I don't even remember. The walk wasn't that short either. We started getting closer when I started hearing a drum beat. Just the random single hit of a hand drum. There wasn't anything around that I could see that could be making either of the noises. We managed to get in the car and out of the park. The wailing eventually faded out. When I thought we were safe, I brought up the drum beats and how much they freaked me out. As we were talking, we slowly started hearing the wails again. This is when we promptly agreed to shut the hell up, and none of us spoke a word for the rest of the night. Moral of the story: don't talk about Winnebagos, especially if you're at a park at night. And don't talk about flesh pedestrians either. I've heard they're just as terrifying. I went camping for a 3-day, 2-night trip for the first time with my 2 older sisters, my second sister's boyfriend, and my nephew. Now, both of my sisters have experience camping in the woods, while my sister's boyfriend, my nephew, and I have no experience. The place we camp at had people around, and it was nice. The people there were friendly. The layout of the camp was, some of the sites had just woods, the others an open field, and there was also a wooded recreational forest area. We were in the wooded forest area, and the bathroom was dead smack in the middle, so we had to walk uphill to go to the bathroom. Now, me being me, I'd always say, what if a skinwalker shows up? And I'd always talk about what if a skinwalker showed up. And this fact, my sisters didn't like. They'd always tell me to shut up. So, we get there, we set up our tents, and we're headed back out to get some grub. We got back, made s'mores, and turned in for the night. The following night, I was making dinner, and my sister and her boyfriend went to the bathroom to take a shower. As soon as I was finished making dinner, my sister's boyfriend came back to our campsite. He was wearing his headlamp, and it was bright as the sun, and he asked, "Do you know where your sister's at?" And my other sister and I said, "We thought she was with you." My sister's boyfriend said, "Oh, she must still be in the shower," and proceeded to walk back to the bathroom. At this point, my sister was back 5 minutes after her boyfriend walked back, and as soon as my sister was back at the campsite, my other sister told her, "Your boyfriend was looking for you." Now, my sister thought our oldest sister was messing with her, so she shrugged it off. Minutes after my sister got back, her boyfriend returned, and they both went into their tent to talk about what had happened. After our trip was over, we got home. My sister brought up what had happened while we were camping. This is what I got from my sister's point of view. So, her and her boyfriend left to take a shower. As soon as she was done, she was walking down the hill to go back to the campsite, and she saw someone with their headlamp on, but turned it off as soon as my sister walked down. The weird thing was she was waiting for something to pass her or a footstep to walk past, but nothing happened. She definitely didn't think this was her boyfriend, but my older sister, myself, my nephew, we all saw her boyfriend walking up the hill, and the creepy part of it is her boyfriend said that he was still in the shower. Now that I think about it, it sends a chill down my spine. If only I was aware, but it was too dark. Could it be a skinwalker? Or my sister's boyfriend's doppelganger?